There's our girl. There's our girl. All right, look, everybody. There's our girl. Oh, she's interested in the duck eggs. Yes. All right, so there's our girl with her noodle. Say, it's Mr. Esther's noodle. If you know, you know. So basically on last Sunday, we noticed a lump, and it was pretty big at that point. On Monday, at that point, I'm hoping it's a milk goiter, but I kind of knew it wasn't, because it wasn't. It was asymmetrical, and milk goiters typically are right in the center. So we were just kind of like, she basically was fine in every other way. So we just kind of was like, okay, well, let's just watch it. And then by Monday, it had gotten not necessarily bigger, but like tighter. I could tell it was filling up with something. And she was having problems breathing. So we took her down to the vet, which they drained. At that point, we're thinking it's some kind of abscess. They give her the antibiotics. They weren't able to drain it all out just because it was so thick and stuff. But they thought that the antibiotics would take care of it. By Tuesday, it already, it wasn't as full as it was on Monday, but it filled back up. So we, yeah, that's her daddy on the other side. And so we take her back in and have it redrained. And at that point, they're already saying, as fast as this thing filled back up, we think this is something a little more serious. And it kind of looks like milk, the stuff that come out, which, I guess pus kind of looks like milk anyway. But so at that point, they're thinking, because it filled back up, she's a very good eater. They were thinking that, somehow there's a tear in her esophagus and she's getting milk leaking into it. So that's what they said. Basically, they don't think draining it was going to help anymore. At least, what they were able to do as far as draining. So they've said if it fills back up, she's going to need to go see NC State to see, might have to have, either some tear in her esophagus fixed, or maybe even some other kind of damage, some possible, like, reconstructive, whatever. So we were hoping it didn't fill back up. And it did, and I will say this, it was really slow to fill back up. I didn't actually make the decision. That was Tuesday. I didn't make the decision that, yes, we definitely need to go to NC State until Thursday. Well, I kind of made it Wednesday, but I was kind of also like, they also raised her antibiotics. So I was also kind of like, well, let's just kind of watch for a minute. So, and it did fill up like super slow, but it was filling up. So by Thursday I said, I'm calling NC State, which NC State is basically like the ranked number 4 animal hospital in the country. So they're going to be expensive, right? And it's definitely the number 1 ranked in North Carolina, I would say. I would assume. So we get her in there. They'd already been talking to her vet. So they kind of knew the situation. And let me just tell you, both our vet and the NC State people were just so nice and so perfect. And of course, they love Esther. Who couldn't? But anyway, we get down there yesterday. They do their initial exam, and a lot of the stuff that, just that they're just a little better equipped to look at than your regular vet. So they do all that. They come back. The initial exam, systematically she's good, which she had been pretty much since Monday. She really hadn't gotten bad off as far as breathing and stuff like that since Monday. So then they do the radiology, CT scan, all that good stuff. That came back clear. That was like the biggest relief, because I'm thinking like they're going to be going in, like at the least, they're going to be fixing a tear. That's what I was thinking in my head. So, well, that's kind of what I was led to believe, honestly. But it was such a relief just to hear that. But then, they're like, pathology's still out, which added a sort of a new fear in me. But because she was systematically okay, I kind of felt like that was going to be okay also. So we did that. Everything there came back benign, but there are still some tests pathology-wise that's still out. We won't know the results till the beginning of next week. But the tests that are out, most of them will be able to be treated with antibiotic. Like, they might have to change the antibiotic that she's on, but most of that will be fixing. So basically, what happened yesterday was she had a very, very less invasive surgery which was like just such a relief. She still had to have a little surgery, but she's hungry. She's wanting to get under Mama, I think. So she had the thing cleaned out really good. They told me how much they got out. I can't remember. But then they went in and they did, like, there was a hard shell that had formed. So basically, I don't know if you've ever had a cyst, but if you get this stuff out of the cyst, but you don't get the sac out, that cyst is going to fill up. Now, she didn't have a cyst. I'm going to make that clear. At this point, it's a really stubborn abscess, but one of the things that made it stubborn was it had created a hard shell around it, and you could feel it before. So they went in and got as much as... Good Mama! Mama said, don't mess with my baby. She's a good mama. So basically, they went in there, they got as much of that out. They put something in there to keep it draining while it's healing. We are becoming vets ourselves now. I've got to give her shots every day, 3 times a day. Yes. And we are going to be going in and doing a little bit of a cleaning ourselves once a day. Come here. Come on. I know. I gotta come out and clean up everything because we have just been super, super worried, haven't we? Every single day. If I'm not sleeping, I'm out here with her, watching her and worrying about her. So, we are going to be doing, we have to stick something in there and do a nice little cleaning ourselves. And her noodle is keeping it open so it'll drain on its own. Come here, honey. I know. I don't want you over here because I got to clean this area up. I know. I should have cleaned it up before I let you out. But I think we go for a checkup and assuming everything looks good, to have her noodle taken out. And on Monday, she was on steroids for a while, but the NC State vet was like, let's go ahead and stop giving her the steroids just because she's really little still, and we don't want to, stunt her growth, basically. Mama's already small. We don't want her smaller than Mama. So that's where we are at. We've been calling them Esther's Angels to everybody who donated, because I'm going to tell y'all, we would have paid anything we could, but before I reached out to ask y'all, I was looking around my house going, okay, if this is worst case scenario, what can I sell, what can I pawn? I was looking at musical instruments, like, is there any that I have to keep? I was so concerned about it. We didn't know how much it was going to be. We're still recovering from, our own personal medical stuff that we had to pay for throughout the past few years. So it was just, I needed her to be okay. And so when I reached out, even though it was hard, I never reached out for my own stuff, even though there were times when I considered it. But it was just like, I knew that I had to have her better, and I wanted y'all to know the situation and just help if y'all wanted to. And some of y'all definitely stepped up, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And we are going to go ahead and let them go back in and cool off. Say, Daddy just installed a nice fan in their bay, so they're going to be cooled off. And I've got to give her we got to do her next thing at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, hey, Miss June. Yeah, stay away from my baby, Miss June. Yeah. No, I'm watching. Let's just back up, though. June is, I was planning on kind of letting them start today, but, you know, she's recovering, so we're not going to do that today. All right, cluck, cluck, everybody. Oh, I just got pooped on. Thank you.